Hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope that you're doing well today. I know I am. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty hectic this morning with sports, youth sports, but um we got all that wrapped up. So I'm gonna try to clean up before a nanny comes over here because I don't like having people over to my house when it's not together. I like to try to clean up before the nanny gets here. So yesterday, I went out with a farmer. A farmer, y'all, a farmer, a straight up farmer, but like on a big scale, like on an industrial scale, but a farmer nonetheless. He was a hoot. He was a hoot. I had a good job. I mean, I had a good time. Like when we got to the spa, there were different things that we could do. And he was like, I was like, well, what do you want to do first? He was like, I want to get a massage. I was like, perfect. So we did a couples massage. Um, that was really, really nice. And then what did we do after that? Well, we went into a couple of the saunas and then we did the couples massage. And then we had some drinks by the pool and we did like a hot tub and we did there's like this pool with like these jets and stuff. So it's like basically like a free area. There was some families there with like children. There were some other couples there and then there were also like just groups of friends there. So it was like a mixed crowd. But it was really, really fun and our bartender was good. Like she hooked me up. Although I'm such a lightweight now, I haven't been drinking. Like I haven't really been drinking much lately because I I'm hardcore trying to get to my goal weight, because I've almost been seeing my trainer for a year. So I'm getting ready to take pictures, like my before and after pictures. I'm getting ready to take pictures. I'm getting ready to what do you call it? Like weigh in and all of that. So I'm kind of going hard with like my food, and like limiting alcohol. I haven't really been drinking. Like I used to drink like a glass of wine a day or something like that, but I really haven't been drinking because that's a lot of sugar. It's a lot of sugar and it's a lot of empty carbs. So, needless to say, I say all that to say that those drinks hit me because I'm not drinking much. So that was that. And I would have stayed longer. There was more for us to do at the spa, but I had to go get my little one. I did not have anybody to help me out. Just for the fact that he kind of booked his ticket. Oh, by the way, he's visiting me from out of town. So this is one of those intuition things because there are so many guys that will hit you up, or at least for me, I'll speak for myself. There are guys that will hit me up from out of town and they have absolutely no intention of coming to visit me. Absolutely no intention. They're like, "Oh, come to me. I want to show you around my city." But like as a feminine woman, we really don't go after men like that. Like men come to us. So I am never able to like it's just for me sometimes it feels like a waste of time chatting with someone who doesn't have any intention on seeing you. They don't want to do like virtual dating or anything like that. So, he was out of state, but I don't know, it's something about him that I was like, "Okay, what's up?" So we started talking and he's like, "Well, I can come." I said, "Well, when do you want to come?" He was like, "I can come this weekend." I'm like, "Oh, wow. Okay. Well, you got right to it." And he's like, "Yeah, I can probably book my ticket tomorrow." And then, like, it wasn't the next day, but it was literally the day after that. He booked his ticket and sent me the confirmation. And I was like, "Oh, wow." So he wasn't playing games. So yeah, he got in yesterday morning and he'll be leaving Sunday. So I didn't really have very much time to um get together like childcare, and I guess I probably could have got on it a little bit better. If y'all don't know me by now, hello, I'm the Afrocentric woman and I am a bit disorganized. So had I been a bit more organized, I could have maybe put out some feelers beforehand, and that would have definitely given me more time at the spa because I really, really, really enjoyed it. And I have been wanting a massage. Um, yeah, I have been wanting one. And so it just kind of like manifested and it just happened one way or another. And he really liked his massage too, because he's having like a mini vacation. I'm glad that he's able to entertain himself because I'm not like able to just like be with him for long periods of time, but he's really cool about it. So tonight we're gonna go shopping. He's taking me shopping, so I have some things in mind that I want to get. And of course, I'll be going to one of my favorite stores, Sephora. Um, I don't know what else. Maybe Nordstrom or something. I don't know. I want to try to get as much um stuff as I can. So, like if I go to Neiman's, sometimes you end up getting less things, but more expensive things. I don't know. I'm gonna show him this YSL bag, and if he doesn't have a heart attack, then I want to get that bag at Neiman's. I just don't know. I don't know, you know, if he's ready to drop some money like that. But if he is ready to drop some money, I want that YSL. I want this YSL bag, like YSL camera bag. But if he has a heart attack, I'll be like, oh, okay, fine. Let's just go to Nordstrom and get some heels and some dress. I don't know, get some stuff, snatch some stuff, and probably get a new fragrance because I want a new fragrance. Why not? Okay, so that's the plan, and then we'll go have dinner, and then we'll go see some live music. And then for tomorrow, um, I don't know. Maybe we would go to like a botanic garden or the museum, and then probably eat. Or if he wants to go shopping, we can go shopping again. I'll never get tired of that. I really wish I would have opened up my options a long time ago. Like, I talked to so many women who really, really regret wasting so much time. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it hits hard. Like, it hits so hard. Like, they're like really, really, really hard on themselves for wasting time, with dusties or, putting them limiting themselves because of that, false promise of black love. And so they limited themselves for a really long time. And so it's like, dang, like some of my best years I wasted with dusties, I wasted with, guys that were never going to marry me or never going to do anything for me. But I feel like that a little bit, but I try not to let it slow me down. Um, yeah, I try not to let it slow me down. I try to just focus on the present moment and be grateful that I have an opportunity to live a really good life right now. And it's so interesting because everything for me was really dry for like about maybe like a week or two. Things were really dry. I was meeting a lot of guys who weren't ready to go out on a date. They weren't really serious. Um, I don't know how I would describe some of these guys. Some of them were out of town and they had no intentions of doing anything. Some of them were in town, but they just, weren't really moving on anything. But now there's another guy that wants to come from out of town to see me next weekend. And then there's this guy, and I think this depending on how the rest of today, how depending on how today goes, and depending on how Sunday goes, we will likely plan a trip. Well, it's possible. It's possible. We might plan a trip to the Caribbean, like just a little weekend situation. But it really just depends on how things go, so I don't wanna speak too prematurely on that, but, he takes a vacation every winter in, like, January, February, and I think he said the last one he went by himself. So, he's from, like, a little like, I looked up the population of his town, and it's less than 15,000 people. So, this guy is coming from, like, a really, really small farming town. Like, all there is farms for miles and miles and miles. So I think, like, it makes sense for him to kinda, like, look outside his community to, like, find a woman to date. So, it's great. After, um so he stayed at the spa because I needed to leave. So he stayed, and, when I left, he, like, checked out and paid for all my stuff, and, he sent me a message. He was like, "You're such a breath of fresh air." Oh gosh, these guys, it's always good to um, be appreciated for really not doing that much. Like, you appreciate me for just being there, perfect, because I'm good at just being around, right? Whenever I can. Like, that's great. I don't really have to like work hard or do anything phenomenal. Like, the most energy I spend is like doing my makeup. And he's like, "Oh, I love your lashes. I love this. I love that." Oh, thank you. Why, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate you appreciating the time it took me to put these lashes on. Oh my God. And it made me think, like, because I know some of the ladies on the channel struggle with talking to men. Um, I do have a video on how I talk to men. I think I have a couple of them, but maybe we can talk about that further. Maybe we could talk about that further so people can start to get more comfortable. But I mean, as many other content creators have, said, some of it is just practice. You got to get out there and start conversations, and that's how you get good at it. That's how you get good at it. You just got to get out there and schmooze a little bit and like just get comfortable, talking, even if you just ask questions and seem interested. Well, I guess I'm a generally curious person, so when I am asking questions about stuff, because he was telling me about farming and mm, how he runs his business and what he does during the cold months, and I didn't know any of that stuff. So I am generally, I mean, excuse me, I am genuinely curious to learn. So people tend to like to talk about themselves. They like to talk about the thing that they're passionate about. Um, so that's always a winner, and people feel heard and they feel important, and also you're beautiful, so that helps. Guys like to be seen in public with pretty women, so being beautiful does help a lot. Um, so, you just invest a little time into your appearance, and guys really appreciate it, So that can get you a spa day, and you don't have to spend any money. Just go enjoy the spa. So yeah, I don't even know why I came on here. I just came on here to be like, I'm happy and I'm excited about um different dating prospects and seeing where things can go, and the fact that everything was all dried up for a long time. Well, in retrospect, it really wasn't that long, but when it was dry day after day after day after day, I was like, dang, it is dry over here. Like, ain't nothing happening. I don't have any dates lined up, nada, nada, nada. And then it was like, I just got an influx out of nowhere. Like, I have a date next week. I have one that's pretty much confirmed, and then one that's probably gonna happen. The only thing about this guy is like, I what is she? Y'all hear my little one in there screaming? Yeah, I don't know what's she in there screaming about. LOL dolls. We need to have a whole stream about LOL dolls. I hate those little things. And I really regret giving her one. Well, somebody gave her one, and I was like, oh, that's not an issue. It's not a big deal. Then she got another one, then she got another one, and then they were just everywhere. I hate those dolls. I just feel like if I throw them away, she might have a nervous breakdown. So I need to figure out a way how to get rid of these LOL dolls. These little, they're like the updated version of the Bratz dolls. I think it's the same company, but they're like more scantily clad, like more weirdo pedo vibes. Like I hate these dolls. I really, really do. I need a way to get rid of them. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Everything was so dry for a while. And then boom, all of a sudden I got an influx of like good dudes, like good dudes worth talking to. Everybody didn't come through, but like some good prospects, I think. Some guys like who have company headquarters here or have offices here. So they're like, oh, I'll be in town on this day. I'll be in town on that day. Da 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 da. And I'd like to hang out or go out and take you out. That's fine. That's fine. It's all good. I think I'm shifting back to just enjoying the journey. For a while, I was super, 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 super selective, like only swiping on like only executives, only this, only Ivy League, only, because I'm just like, ugh, I'm tired of, I'm not gonna say, okay, what would I say? Okay, I'll say this. A couple $100 here and there, it's fine. But I'm really trying to get to like bands. You know what I'm saying? Bands. Not a couple $100 here and there. So I became super selective for a while, but now I'm like, I'm loosening it up. I've already loosened it up. I've loosened it up. I've loosened it up. So that has perhaps benefited a little bit because it's like, yeah, I had a conversation with this guy that went to Yale last week, but I don't really know what his point of being on the app is. I'm not really sure because he didn't ask me on a date. He didn't, you know, he hasn't even hinted around dating. So I don't know if he's just collecting contacts, if he is just wanting to boost his ego from like, ooh, this girl, I don't know, but um nothing is shaken from that. Nothing is popping off from that. So whatever. I took some screenshots of this fake sugar daddy. I'm gonna post it. Now, one fake sugar daddy, he actually unmatched me before I could take the screenshots. But yeah, he was a fake sugar daddy, and then there was another one that's a fake sugar daddy. And when I share these screenshots, y'all are gonna laugh so freaking hard because I'm not looking for that. And it's just weird when somebody messages you and they're like, hey, I'm looking for a sugar baby. And you're like, what is that? What exactly are you saying? Well, I'm looking for somebody to take care of. I live alone. I'm lonely. I'm like, you need a roommate. Stop it. You need a roommate, not a sugar baby. Okay? Like, stop it. But yeah, I'll share that because I think it's important for especially some of the younger women who are interested in that, to not get ahead of yourself and to understand that there's so many scammers out here and not everybody's scamming money. Some people are scamming your time and some people are scamming access to your sacred space. So you have to be aware and you don't have to get too excited when you see an old man because the only thing where that's worse than a young Dusty is an old Dusty. Like that's the only thing worse than a young Dusty is an old Dusty. So I'll come back and I'll give an update as to how today goes. Um I hope it goes good. We'll see. I really try not to get ahead of myself anymore. And I really just try to take everything one day at a time and one date at a time because even if you don't astral project into marriage and a serious relationship and this and that and da da da. Even if you don't astral project into that, but even just assigning character so soon, like because someone was well behaved for one date or a few conversations that you're just like, oh, this is a good guy, you know, and you just, let your guard down a little bit, or you say, oh, this could be this, or they're bragging about, let's say, the guy that I had that was bragging about, oh, I have planes, one guy, oh, I have boats, or oh, I make so much money and blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm a senior vice president, blah, blah, and okay, but then don't want to give you any money, don't want to try to make your life easier in any type of way. So I just take things day by day now. I really try to just stay in the moment and not um, get caught up in what could possibly happen and just kind of assess each next step as information is presented to me. So when the information is presented to me, then I will evaluate the situation and decide, okay, how will let me see if I can comment. How will I move forward? You know. So another thing is believing something when you see it. Because anybody can tell you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I've got this, I've got that. Anybody can say that, but, waiting for the action, waiting for them to actually give you a chance to see what it is that they're saying that they're going to do. Do they follow through with their word? This one guy he hit me up yesterday. I'm probably going to be always the one that got away with him. Like I think that that's how he's going to remember me. I'm like the woman that got away. I think I might have told y'all about him because he asked me what I needed. He said, I'll do anything to be with you. What do you need? And I told him. And he was like, oh, I can't do that. And I was like, okay. Like, okay. And then he messages me every, now and then. Then he was messaging me yesterday um about how he feels like he doesn't receive anything, and um he's ready to take the relationship to the next step. And I'm like, okay, well, I was ready too, but you told me flat out that you couldn't do what I asked you to do. So that was the answer. He was like, oh, that's too much. Can't we be friends with benefits? I'm like, you're too old for that. Like, I'm not about to do that with you. Like, I don't, that's what you call a Hail Mary. That's what you call a Hail Mary when all is lost and you're just throwing shit on the wall and you're going to see what sticks. That was his Hail Mary and he missed. Like, bro, this would be for you. I wouldn't get anything out of that arrangement. I wouldn't get anything out of that arrangement besides being used and discarded. I have no desire to be used and discarded by you or any other man. So if you're not ready to fully invest into me, fully, then I'm not interested in it. Like the little trinkets that he's given me, he's just delusional about what that buys him. Like, okay, you've gotten me some things, you've given me some money. Yes, that shows me that you want to be a contender. And I've gone out with you. You got seen in public with me, right? Um, he wanted me to go to he had won this golf tournament and he wanted me to like go and support him at the golf thing and go to the celebration. And I'm like, that's kind of like girlfriend duties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely support what you're doing with golf, but, you know, what's in it for me? Like, I I envision myself supporting my husband or boyfriend with what their hobbies and stuff are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would support what they have going on, be it golf or horseback riding or whatever it is that they do. But I just, you know, I just felt like that was above my pay grade. That was above my responsibility role as someone you're dating. I feel like if we're dating, you ask me out, I'll say yes or no, and we can go out on the date, and then I come back home. And that's pretty much what it is. And then we communicate from here to there. But as far as sitting outside in the heat all day for a golf tournament, I would only do that for my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? I just I'm not going to do that if we're just dating. I don't have any security. I don't have any investment into my life. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So basically he wants a free lunch, and he's a little bit, I guess, a little bit salty about what he's done. I guess it's like, I don't know what level of women that you're used to dealing with. Like, last time I think he gave me like 200 bucks or something towards my car. I needed to get my car fixed. And it's like, okay, like, thank you. I mean, that's like a little gift. Thanks. I mean, but that doesn't mean that I'm about to sleep with you. Like, what do you think this is? You can't even hire somebody, a sex worker for, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can for $200, but they're probably going to be a drug addict or something. You know what I'm saying? So if you hired a high-end escort, she's going to be like probably $500 an hour. And that probably is not even including intimacy. That's probably just for her to just spend time with you. And then if you want that, it's probably going to be 1,000 or more. So think about it. You know, you gave me the $200. I appreciate it. Thank you, but that doesn't entitle you to anything. Um, sorry, but I'm not sorry. It's just the entitlement, the whining. Whining is not attractive. You know what I'm saying? I just You just have to hold your guns. My thing is this, if you don't think I'm worth the investment, then just leave me alone. If I'm not the woman for you, leave me alone, because I'm not about to beg you for anything, and I don't want to be whined and try to emotionally manipulate me. It's just a turn off. Like, you're really like making yourself look uglier. You're already, so don't make yourself look worse. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. That's what they do though. They try to come back and try to um sometimes if they feel like they can't get you and they want you, they'll do more. But if they don't want to do more, they're going to try to make you feel like they owe you. And he's just like, oh, I can do this once we get this. I can do that once I do that. No, this is the thing. You're the man and I'm the woman. So you're the one trying to impress me. Okay? That's how that goes. I'm not going to flip the dynamic. You're not about to audition me or run me through the ringer or do anything like that. You see what it is. You see what it is. And if you still don't know, then you will continue to date me. If you were unsure, if you were ready to invest, you would continue to date me so that you could be sure, okay, yeah, this is what I want. But you don't get to say, oh, well, do this with me and do that with me, and then we'll see about getting this and we'll see about getting that. Oh my gosh, maybe if I was 21, I'll fall for that scam. But no, I will not be falling for that scam. Just wondering, do you have a nickname? Like, instead of Afrocentric Woman, can we call you ACW, Afrosend? Ooh, I like Afrosend. Sounds good. Or maybe Afro Woman, something shorter like that. Yeah, if y'all want to vote on it, I'm fine with ACW. Afrosend is cool. I've never heard of that before. So, Maybe ACW. I don't know. Maybe I can ask the Discord. Maybe I can post in the Discord and see what they want for like typing sake to make it faster. That's what I can do. But thank you, Roa. That's a really good suggestion about a nickname. I'm open to shortening it. Because Afrocentric woman is a mouthful. It's a mouthful. Um, but yeah, you will encounter guys that try to sit up here and scam you or try to like move things around. And I really think it has to do with the quality of women that he deals with. And he's very narcissistic and immature. So I can see why a lot of women would be turned off by him. I can see that. My Mocha Mommy says, I can agree. Men know what they want, but we get demonized for doing the exact same thing. I want what I want. End of story. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's really about negotiation. And when you know your worth, and I mean, I've gone over various story times to help women understand how I came to know my beingness as a woman and how worthy it is for to be taken care of. I don't budge. Like I just don't budge. I'm not budgeable, not on that. And another thing I was thinking about is like I have a number in mind and it's really hardcore. Like it's a hard number. Like, and I think about it all the time. When I do my budgeting, I have a financial accountability buddy. I talk to her on Sunday, so like I'll talk to her tomorrow. Like we're hardcore. Like I know my budget, I know my money, I know all these things. So I'm not in the dark about what I require. I'm very clear minded about it. So I think it would behoove women to sit down and really think about your numbers, you know, think about it. Like, what would it take to take care of you? And especially if men need support. I mean, like, every single time I talk to men about what they want in a woman, it's always support. It's usually like something in their career or business or hobbies. Um, just generally, they need some type of support. Men are like a whole low key job. Their egos are so fragile, so you have to be very savvy in taking care of it because they're very sensitive. They're way more sensitive than women are. So it's like a whole low key job. So you really have to know your numbers so that way you don't sell yourself short. Someone wanting access to intimacy and all that, like, yeah. I was talking to a young woman, she's a few years younger than me, about the fact that I really think she needs to date older. I really, really do. She's in her 30s. She really needs to go into the 40s. She's steady dating like young guys in their 30s who are still figuring themselves out. Like, you really need to go up. She's like, oh, but I need SEX. I need SEX and I want it to be good. And I'm like, girl, listen, okay. Once you get to a point where you can get that under control, and that has a lot to do with emotions and connection and feeling fulfilled. Once you start to feel more fulfilled, you don't need that as much. You really don't. Or even if you feel like you want it, you can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like as a woman, you're like, meh, I could do it or I could not. But understand this, okay? Understand this. They are getting way more out of the deal than you do. Okay. And as women, you're lucky to have an orgasm because that is not guaranteed. They have them like 90% of the time. You have them maybe 10 to 15% of the time. So it's not equal. It's not equal. So they're getting way more out of it. That's why we require so much in other areas, to help balance it out. Because otherwise, what's in it for you? And once you have that what's in it for you mentality, it will be easier to move around. Mocha says, don't change it when you get married either. Men need a lot of external validation and it doesn't end. Oh, yeah, it absolutely doesn't end. I mean, and I say that not from experience, but just from observing married women. Just from observing married women. It does not end. Like, men are like a whole job. They really are. And so, okay, so if you have a full-time job, okay, and then you have this man that you need to care for in some way or shape or form, wouldn't it be easier to care for him if you had financial stability? Wouldn't it be easier? And also, you would be less resentful about it. Like, you would be able to do it more happily if you were at least had your things taken care of. Because it would be one thing to be burnt out and stressed out and overworked, and then this man is still coming to you with his issues and his fragile ego and all the things that you femininely need to do to keep everything into balance. And you're like, and I gotta pay. No, listen, something has to give. Something has to give. Something has to give. Um, because yeah, I was just thinking, my neighbor's Dusty is back. I did a video about her Dusty months ago. I think it's called A Tale of Two Tandem Dating Experiences. Her Dusty is back. He still ain't got no car. He's gained more weight. He looks like he's in his 40 and he has cornrows. You already know a dude ain't about ish if he's 40 plus with cornrows with the receding hairline. It's just too much. Team too much. I think I'm gonna text her like Sin G. She's probably gonna hate me. I'm gonna text her Sin G. I'm gonna text her Mahogany Pink. I'm gonna text her these channels. She needs to get on game and she needs to drop this Dusty before he. And I should have known he was back because she had a party like last weekend that was a little bit loud and ratchet. And she had been quiet for a long time. And she had this party and it was like loud and a little hood. And I was like, what's it going? And then before I knew it, I saw his dusty ass getting into the passenger side of her ride. It's like, no, why are you carrying this dead weight with you? He can't move you out of this place and into a new place. Like, no. Oh my gosh. She says, I wanted a Coach bag. I showed him the picture and the name of the saleswoman. All the ladies in the store compliment him on his choice. Me and my daughter acted super excited. He got an ego boost. Y'all, if y'all want some advanced married woman game, go to Mocha Mommy's channel, okay? Because trust and believe, I am taking notes, okay? Mocha Mommy got the long-term marriage game, okay? How you keep it going. How do you keep the spark, keep it going, keep it flowing? You can go to her channel and get that game. I can give you some dating game over here. But for future reference, because many of us are not married, but it does help, I think, to take those notes for when the time does come. Says don't do that. Only offer when they ask. On which one? I forgot. I don't know what that was in reference to. I'm sorry, Mocha Mommy. The chat is a little bit delayed, so I don't know what I'm. Don't do that. They only offer when they ask. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, about the videos. Okay. Don't send her the videos. Yeah, okay, I won't send her the videos. I know what you're talking about now. I won't send her the videos. But oh my gosh, the Dusty, he's back with his receded cornrows. I just can't. It's just gross. I can't believe he slithered his way back in. It's about, you know what, y'all? It's about to get cold. That's why he's back. It's about to get cold. Because now that I think about it, he was here last fall. Yep, he was here last fall, and I can go back to my video and see when I recorded that video, but I think it was that I recorded that video, November or something like that. He's back. It's about to get cold. These dusties are trying to find a place to lay their head. They're trying to find a place to nest up. So, y'all watch your apartments, watch your houses, stay dust free. Cause Dusties be like, "Happy Thanksgiving." They won't talk to you all year. Happy Thanksgiving. Man, I wish I knew what I had for Christmas. New year, new us. These are the type of dusty text messages that you need to look out for. New year, new us. Let's try it again, baby. Oh my God. One of the Dusties, the Dusty that I told y'all about, that I told y'all that was my last Dusty, he texted me from a new number because Dusty stay getting new numbers. He texted me for a new number. He texted me a couple times. I was like, "Who is this?" He's like, "Oh, this so and so." I said, I didn't say nothing. He was like, "Oh, what you doing? How you been lately? How you been all this time?" You know what I said? Staying dust free. Those are my 3 words. Staying dust free. And I didn't respond. He wrote back. He was like, "Oh, what you mean? Is that a jab at me?" I didn't even respond. True. Isn't it cuffing season? I remember a guy making a TikTok telling others to find a woman for the fall winter. Wow. Yeah, I have a video on my Instagram about a guy. I mean, he was kind of joking, but he wasn't. And the reason why I knew he wasn't joking is because like when I saw that video, I saw another dude sharing the video like, "Yeah, bro, for real." So the dudes were like, "Yeah, for real." Like they were co-signing what the dude was saying. And he's basically like basically scamming like how to get into a woman's house and not leave, basically. Like getting in there and never leaving. And I remember feeling like that with my last Dusty. I feel like he would not leave. I'm not your chauffeur. This is the thing, and I was thinking about this when I was like doing stuff earlier. Part of the masculinity that Black women have, and keep in mind, for whatever reason, Black women are masculinized way more than other women. So I've had some mean Asians. Like I remember this lady last time I went to get a pedicure, like she like snatched she snatched my drink because my cousin like spilled her coffee. So she like snatched my drink, like super mean Asian lady. Like, right. We all see them scowling at us at the hair supply store, right? They talk mean and aggressive. Like you would say they're masculine, but why aren't Asian women considered masculine as mean as they are? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So I think that even in my most masculine state, I wasn't as masculine as some women of no color. You know what I'm saying? But I think that still, because Black women do desire to rest in femininity, we are uncomfortable when we are in a super masculinized state sometimes. And so sometimes the pendulum can swing too far on the other side because we're trying to really, really run away from that. But what I was thinking about earlier was the fact that most of the things that put us in masculinity has everything to do with Black male inadequacy. Like, I didn't want to chauffeur this guy around, right? I didn't want to do it. He was a dusty without a car, didn't even have a driver's license. And it made me feel resentful, just like out of my element, like I'm doing it, but now I have an attitude because I really don't want to do it. I shouldn't have to do it. I'm doing it and it's putting me in a space that I don't want to be in. And when you're dealing with these guys who are like on the Tyrone spectrum or like can't figure anything out, and you have to jump in and like go to the court, go fill this paper out, go, you have to do, and you're like schooling them like a boy. It makes you feel like a mammy, right? Like, why can't you manage your life? Why can't you figure out? And that isn't to say that two brains aren't better than one, and I wouldn't mind collaborating with my partner about something, but there's a huge difference between intellectually collaborating on something or springboarding some information or adding to what but a man should be a problem solver, right? He should be able to manage his life. Like, how are you going to manage a household when you can't even manage the like personal administration of your life? And I detail my like helping this Dusty find a job in my video, My Last Dusty. And I shouldn't have to do that. Black women are not a social work rehabilitation for Black men. I think if anything, Black men should be providing that for themselves to each other, right? Instead of killing each other, you guys should be like rehabilitating each other, right? Like, where the drug and alcohol centers open and operated by Black men, the job centers and the business creation, like y'all need to help y'all selves out and stop putting all the burden on Black women. So yeah, I was just thinking about that. It's like so many different instances. Even that guy hopping into the passenger side of this woman's car, just the optics of it looks very effeminate, and living in her home that she worked hard for everything in that home. And you just roll in like the hypergamous queen you are and start living in a luxury, like living lux because of this woman's hard work. And they're so effeminate that they don't mind doing it. It doesn't hurt them. And that's the thing, like there's no manhood to be hurt there. Like they sleep just fine at night, letting a woman take care of them. Like they don't lose any sleep behind it. It doesn't bother their soul. Like I was just thinking about all the times that I've been pulled out, like I'll be doing fine and I felt super feminine being single, doing whatever I was doing. Sometimes I was into herbs, I might have been gardening or dancing. I used to dance a lot. Um Dancing, decorating my apartment, just really in my element. And then I would get with a Black man and then before you know it, I just didn't feel feminine anymore. I felt I just didn't feel feminine anymore. Like I felt like I can't be feminine with y'all. And that's why I had my sort of like my detour before I opened it all the way up. I was like only dating African men because African men definitely have a lot of problems, but you will feel you depending on the guy, they will pursue you and they will take care. You know what I'm saying? So you end up feeling feminine. But, there's promiscuity and blah blah blah. But we can save that for another day. Like they can't really be monogamous, but yeah, as far as pursuing you and providing that much they can do. Men, okay, did I read that one? Men love external validation. High-end sales lady know that. That's why men like buying expensive gifts. Send these men send these men to Neiman's Marcus for you. I like the idea of that. I really do. I said I was going to show this guy. We're going shopping later. I'm going to show him a picture of this YSL bag and see if he has a heart attack or not. If he doesn't have a heart attack, then let's get it. Just wondering, what is the difference between being a girlfriend and a wife? I noticed that more women are skipping the girlfriend stage and required a ring for a complete commitment. I guess different people are going to have different takes on this, but I think that there are some duties that are wifely. I think like, because okay, if he commits to you legally, so that you have like a prenuptial agreement, you have like, of course, you have your marriage vows, you have like life insurance, a will. That's like the ultimate form of security for a woman. So I think that when you have an ultimate form of security for you, right? I mean, that's the exchange. So the exchange is legal protection and like legal guarantee of provisions. And in exchange, like, I'm going to have a certain level of devotion for you, devotion and commitment. A girlfriend, you don't have that security, right? You don't have any legal protections. You don't have, um, you don't have that protection. So you're not going to be devoted like that. I mean, it just, you maintain your own space. I mean, some people shack up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that. People have arguments as to why you need to live with a man first, but I I think it would I think it would slow marriage down if you did that because like why marry you? You already live with him, you know? So I think if you want to be married, maybe like the best thing is to not live with him and to maintain your own space. And I think allow him to maintain his space. Because I remember there was one situation, I don't know if I was talking, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was on somebody else's live. We were talking in this live. I briefly popped in and this woman was talking about this guy who was her friend, but maybe they were going to start dating and he has a garden and he quote, this is her quote, he allows her to cultivate his land. And I'm like, no, ma'am, that's actually the opposite. It's not that he's allowing you to cultivate his land. You are being his pretend wife, basically, because a wife would cultivate her husband's land, not a girlfriend, and damn sure not a friend without a title. That's not even a girlfriend. What happens and I'll do a story time on this because I have a story time about someone who was using me as an emotional girlfriend and I had to cut him off because he was actually kind of being, in my opinion, dishonest with his actual girlfriend. And it wasn't just me, it was a lot of women. I think he was supplementing these quasi friendships for what a one woman could provide to him. But he was being what a good black man trash bag, right? And avoiding commitment. He was getting his feminine needs met in different ways via different women. And so it took me a while to figure out his con. But when I figured out his con in solidarity to this woman that I don't even know, I cut him off. I don't know this woman, but the fact that he wasted her time infuriated me. It infuriated me. I'll do another story time about that another day. Okay, so this woman was basically presenting the fact that this guy had been having her come over and cultivate his land as some type of privilege, when actually it was an honor. And I would never step foot in anybody's land without a marriage certificate. Like, I'm not picking up nary a shovel. I'm not picking no weeds. I'm not putting down no fertilizer. I'm not doing no compost. I'm not tending to anything because that is something that I reserve for my husband on land that we own together. So I think that each woman is going to have to basically really understand what is the what do men get out of having a wife? And we really it would help the collective of black women if we really like start delineating like what I'm going to do at what level, because that's part of why they drag their feet with marriage, because there's so many benefits that they get to extract from women for free without giving her legal protection, right? Without giving her legal protection, without putting her in the will, getting life insurance in her name for the children. and for her if something were to happen to him. Um, Buying land and putting her name on the deed. These are things that as Black women, as a collective, we really need to start thinking about, if not for you, for your sister. Because the things that you do, even if things don't work out with that man, you're setting the standard for the next woman coming behind you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't tolerate his trash bag behavior and another woman doesn't, by the time he gets it together, hopefully things will be better for the next woman, right? And then you won't be putting yourself in a situation where where you waste your time. There's a popular TikTok meme that goes around that says something like, "I'm sorry. Your request that you ask is actually at the girlfriend level. Please upgrade your package to unlock these features." I don't know if y'all have seen that TikTok, but it really does. It's really true. When you're dating, versus when you are in a committed relationship, versus when you're engaged, and versus when you're married, should have different features and benefits for each package. It really should. And so, as women, I think you might be talking about roster dating and monogamy when you say it seems like, women are, hold on, what's your question? Skipping the girlfriend stage and required ring to complete commitment. Yeah. So until you have the legal paperwork, you are available. You are available. And that you need that energy. You may not explicitly say it to him, but you need to have that energy around you. Technically, since I'm not married, I could meet someone and run off and get married to him. So either we're going to plan this wedding and you're going to commit, or I'm going to find someone to give me what I want. I think it's important to have that energy around you, not necessarily to commit a sense of urgency, but in a sense of commit, in the sense of commit, like contributing to an energy of, am I what you want? If I'm what you want, okay. If I'm not, don't waste my time. Because as women, especially those who want to have children, time is of the essence. We don't need to be with someone for 5, 10 years to ultimately for him not to want to marry you. So keep, keep your options to marry you and want to give all the legal benefits of marriage, right? Hold on. Oops. Yo, Mocha Mommy says, "Yep, stay away from the $10 per month gyms. They love it there. Insecure women. Men know that the women that they want to marry, and it doesn't take long. That's the problem. Women are wasting time with unsure men." Yeah. Men know by like 6 months if they want to marry you. Seriously. They may not, like, they're probably building up the courage to like pull, like actually do it, but they know at about 6 months if they want to marry you. So that's why it's good for women to keep their options open. Oh, that's a good one, Mocha Mommy. We need a Mocha Mommy isms like little like worksheet that can eventually be her first book. You can't be your family's leader if you can't be your brother's keeper. So would it be better to reject the girlfriend title and require marriage before you commit? Well, Mocha Mommy can definitely chime in what she thinks. I think it's okay to be girlfriend, but like for me, like for me, girlfriend means like I don't like take care of my car at all. Like I don't really like do anything to the car. You do the car completely. Oil change, tire rotations, any repairs, or just replace the car altogether, even better. So, like, a lot of times guys say they want to be your girlfriend, but I mean, they want to be your boyfriend, but what they really want is they want you to be exclusive, but they are going to continue dating. So a lot of times it's a con. So when you have requirements to be your boyfriend, it makes them think it slows it down, right? Because if somebody really wants to be your boyfriend And you're like, "Well, I don't." You have to do everything related to the car. I don't really deal with the car at all. I don't touch the car, and, like, I need this and I need that, and if they really want you, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, fine. I'll take care of your car, no problem, and I'll take you okay, no problem." But usually when guys are asking for girlfriend, they don't want to compete for you anymore. They wanna take you off the market so they don't have to compete with other men, and they get exclusive access to you, and then they pretty much keep doing whatever it is that they're doing, but they have the benefits of a home base, which is you, the girlfriend. So make sure that becoming a boyfriend and being someone's girlfriend is gonna, like, cost them investment. Because even if you aren't completely off the market, you're still gonna be tied up with them a lot. So you're not gonna have as much time to entertain other suitors. So since you won't have time to entertain as many suitors, you're gonna be giving them some level of support and feminine presence. They need to invest into you. And you're the best person to determine um, what that investment entails. For me, I don't want to deal with a car at all. So right now, I have a cornucopia of guys. I'm like, okay, every now I can't remember the last time I paid for a car repair. I don't remember. But I just reach out to different guys to take care of the car. All these guys basically add up to one boyfriend. So my boyfriend would have to replace what other guys are doing. And if you're not willing to step up, like, why should I suffer in life? You understand? It's not about monogamy. It's about comfort for me as a woman. It really is about comfort and resources, being able to nest comfortably, right? That's what we seek so that we can have a comfortable place to raise our children and to rest and be feminine. So, why should I give up comfort and resources so that I can have a title of girlfriend? To me, I don't care about the title of girlfriend. What I care about is provisions and comfort. So I want to go with the option that can give me the most comfort and provisions, you see. So it really is about, like, reframing what it is that you want, because it's not about getting picked. It's easy to get picked, but it's about being comfortable and provided for. If you're a girlfriend for over 9 months, move on. Viewing people. I just think that if you shack with someone, there's less of an incentive to marry you. And I also think it kind of devalues the role of a wife. Like, one of the most amazing thing for a man to do is to wake up next to a woman. That's why they always want to either spend the night with you or have you spend the night, because men have things going on in the morning. Okay? So to wake up and smell your pheromones and have your softness and your soft skin and your hair and your cocoa butter and all the things that come along with you right there in the bed next to them, that's like gold. I don't be spending the night with these I gotta go. I'm like Cinderella. When the clock strikes 12, I'm running up out there. If you want me to wake up next to you, you better be ready to sign some paperwork and pay a lot of money, bro. So, you know, maybe it's a double standard, maybe it's archaic, I don't know, but that's just what I have observed. And I think that women don't realize how special that is. It's not frivolous. It's not about what you bring to the table. It's about how you smell in the morning. Okay? You don't need to do anything special, bringing anything to anybody's table. Your beingness in the morning at the crack of dawn. That's the gift. Just right there. We have to really like put some value on ourselves. Dark skinned gentlewoman says, stop shacking up, stop cooking, stop doing his laundry. Girl, when I was with my child's father, I started protesting and I stopped doing laundry when I was still with him. I was like, you ain't gonna respect me. You're not gonna honor me and appreciate what I'm doing. You wash your own M&F and clothes. You wash your own clothes because I'm doing this in service to you to support you. But just like I can giveth, I can taketh away. Never lied with my husband. Okay, that's all. So, what do you think a girlfriend would do versus what a wife would do? I don't want to get married anytime soon, but I don't want to remain in the girlfriend stage. Roa, I think you're really young, so I wouldn't be trying to be nobody's girlfriend right now. I would just date, honestly. Just date around, keep it casual for now. You're so young. Um, there's a lot of different things wives do that girlfriends don't do. Wife is more of a devotion, you know. Wife is a devotion to your family, to your husband's success because your husband's success is your success because you're a unit at that point. So when you're a girlfriend and you're contributing to a man's success, you could be setting him up for his wife. You understand? When you're a girlfriend and you're contributing to him, you could be setting him up to get a wife. That's not you. So you really have to kind of temper what all you invest into him. You have to really temper that. That's the goal when you become the wife. Then you can have more ability to contribute because it's a family unit at that point in time. So don't overgive. Don't overgive. And if you're so young, there's really no rush. Just date and figure out what you like, what you don't like. Learn how to talk with men. Start trying to get stuff. Start trying to get stuff because you're gonna need these skills. So you can even start small, little bitty things. You know, it could be something like, oh well, can you change my windshield wipers? I don't know how to do it. And then go to AutoZone and let him buy the windshield wipers and put them on there. I know that sounds small, but if you've never gotten a big gift from a guy and you've never allowed a man to do anything for you, that could be a good start. But you need to start practicing now. Okay, I'll see if I can find the TikTok link. Oh gosh, should I down? I'm gonna check my Instagram. Um, I have some saved posts. I may have saved one because it's a really cute little meme that I think that Black women need to think about. Like, is the request that he's asking you, is that a wife duty? You know, is that a wife? Well, babe, I do envision myself cultivating land one day, but I'm going to do that for my husband. You're not saying when we get married. You didn't say him. You said I'm going to do that for my husband. You know what I'm saying? He asked you to look at some legal paperwork. Ooh, I'm a girlfriend. I really wouldn't feel comfortable with that. I will look at legal paperwork for my husband one day. So Black women need to start making sure that we think about these requests before we commit. White women go 50-50 with college sweethearts and 6 months later get engaged to Office Bay. They play game with no shame. Yep, they do. I will dark skinned gentlewoman as soon as I see it. I've saw it like on my IG, but I don't know that I actually downloaded it. Hey, Sissy Asia, I appreciate you. I know Mocha Mommy gave you some props too for just going and supporting various different Black women content creators. So thank you so much for um, all the support that you give. with your comments and liking and sharing. We do see you and we really truly do appreciate you. Thank you, Sissy Asia. Um, let's see. So what is the game though? They only do 50-50 in college, then marry someone else. Yeah, sometimes. White women are always looking for the best option. You know what I'm saying? Like white women, Asian women, they like straight hardcore. A lot of time they're very hypergamous naturally. So they're gonna go with the best situation. And sometimes they will slum it out in their 20s and like have a like roommate type of boyfriend. But as soon as a good situation presents itself, they're out of there. They're gone. Black women as a collective need to move in silence. He doesn't have to know all of your contacts, um, alliances, and acquaintance acquaintances. Uh, I think I'll just DM you if I have questions. I'm currently in college and being girlfriend and wife isn't a priority for me right now. I really just want to focus on me. Yeah, perfect. You can DM me on Instagram or you can join the Discord. And in fact, the way to join the Discord is through Instagram. So just send me a message there and we can start the process of getting you into the Discord. Like if you have like more personalized dating questions and stuff like that, um, you can like shoot them in the Discord. If I can't answer, it might be one of the other ladies that can chime in and answer. And that's really good for things that shouldn't be on YouTube. And I didn't want to do a Facebook group because Facebook it censors the heck out of you. Like, and I've been in Facebook jail, what, 2 or 3 times already this year about talking about various different groups of people. So Facebook is just too hardcore with the censoring. So that's why we're on Discord. Um, don't cut off possibilities when you are a girlfriend only. You know what I mean. Not everything is dating and sex. Yeah. Yay! Are you on the Discord? Because if you are, it would be nice if you can let us know how it went. Oh my gosh. It would be nice if you could let us know. My goodness. Oh gosh. I want to know how your date went, girl. All right. Speaking of, let me go clean up this house before the nanny gets here because I don't want her in a messy environment. I'm gonna clean up and then I'm gonna get dressed. Y'all have a wonderful day and night. I'm gonna come back eventually and let you know how my date was with my farmer gentleman. We'll call him Farmer Joe. All right, y'all. Bye.